Ugh, grab your tissues and be ready to feel depressed. Grave of the Fireflies is one of Takahata's claim to fame movies, earning him the most amount of rewards nationwide. The movie right away slaps us with what the tone of this film is going to be, as our main character, Seita, tells about the day that he died. Spoilers. Oh yeah, the movie's not pulling any punches. We, and the spirits of the two children, Seita and Setsuko, follow their lives as we see that they are preparing to leave for the shelter just as the Americans are bombing their hometown. After Seita's mom gets horribly burned in the blast, Seita and Setsuko then begin to live with their aunt, who frowns upon military families like theirs for getting an easy way of living thanks to the military benefits. The aunt feels that Seita and Setsuko don't do their fair share and starts to feed them less than her own family. So, instead of doing his fair share to help support his new foster family, Seita instead decides to buy his own stove and starts cooking for him and his sister. However, the aunt just gets sick of their lazy attitude, and the two of them, unhappy, decide to leave their aunt's house to live in a shelter. All Seita had to do was to apologize to his aunt and help out around the house. But does he? No, instead he resorts to stealing, living out on the land. Pretty much the rest of the film we slowly see him and Setsuko slowly starve to death. The dubbing overall for this one is okay. We have the return of Korin Orr, again in another Takahata film. And sad to say, her performance as Setsuko is, well, annoying, to say the least. Not to say that that isn't appropriate, given that Setsuko is a rather bratty kid and only thinking of herself. Seita and Setsuko are characters that we're not so much supposed to sympathize with, but more that we are supposed to, well, pity them. There's not that much music in the film, giving a very uncomfortable isolation to the overall tone. The lives of these characters are like that of fireflies. Burn bright and brilliantly for only a short time before fizzling out. This movie really showcases a hidden talent of Takahata's. If there's one thing that man is good at, it's tragedies. My God, is he very, very well at crafting a very tragic stories. He's also one for the facts. He doesn't gloss over anything about this film. All of the harshness of the war during that time, everything is shown on display in all of its gory and gruesome detail. The movie also cleverly shows us scenes where Seita's spirit is watching the events of his life transpire, and kind of his hopelessness is portrayed brilliantly on his face, seeing that how he knows this is gonna end up, but there's nothing that he can do to stop it. And the movie showcases this nicely by having the spirit world be in red, whereas the real world is more done in, well, more cool and realistic colors. Cool colors as in blues, greens, and purples. I would at least watch this film once in your life, just for the experience and to showcase just how well done Takahata can do these type of stories, something that we will see later on. After such a depressing film, I think we could all use something a little bit more cheerful for tomorrow.